Absolutely stunning. Without further ado, let me introduce the one and only Charles.
Hey.
Hi. I love that we're going to have a little chinwag right now.
I know, yeah. We're acting like we haven't smoked yet for the last 20 minutes.
I know, it's like, oh my God, hi, you just come in.
Yeah, hey, how are you?
How are you?
Yes, very well. How are you?
No, I'm good. Congratulations on this brand new one.
Thank you so much.
This is so great.
Yeah, you like
We're literally just talking about this.
Yeah.
It's so stunning. It literally just reminds me of like, bringing you into that 70s candy shop. Like, let's just have a great time. Like,
you want to dance to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like clicks and like shoulder movements.
Literally, like
That's what it's given.
Yeah, like you know when you're like in the musical and everyone's just so like
Yeah. Like, jazz hands.
Yeah.
That is exactly it.
This is literally the track for that, and I'm so.
I like as well. It's kind of like, for me, it's got like this kind of like nostalgia, like summer feel to it as well. Like, I don't know why, but like whenever I play it, because I was going to drop it before summer, but before this summer, and I was like, actually no, it feels like it should be at the end, because I feel like it's like a nice reminisce song. Like I feel like I think about like the great summer that I've just had, and that's like the soundtrack to it. This is
the soundtrack to the best summer of 2024 for Charles.
Yeah. Weather was crap, but
weather was
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
All
It's
right.
all right. you can get on cozy down here.
Okay,
it's fine.
sweet.
But I think the best place to kind of start is where the music all came from, in terms of, have you always been a music person, or was that something that you kind of developed growing up? Or like, what was the pinnacle point for you where you're like, actually, music's my thing, and I actually have a voice, and I want to do this thing? Yeah,
I think like I've always sang like since I was a kid, and always been involved in stuff with singing and stuff, and that's kind of like been that's always been my in.
Yeah.
And I went and like trained and did like musical theatre and stuff when I was younger, and kind of went down that route. And then it wasn't until I was in The Lion King when I was like 18 as a singer, which is so random. And
we love it.
Yeah, literally. Ingonyama. Nah. So when I was in that, and then one of the guys in it, Sean Escoffrey, was playing Mufasa. And we were chatting for ages at the time, and I was saying to him, like, I kind of want to write my own music and stuff. And he was like, sweet. So he's like, let's see what you got. And then, he just kind of gave me like some little pointers about like writing and stuff. And then I'd go and make some demos, bring them back to him. And then that's where it kind of began. Yeah.
Like kind of unfolded.
Yeah.
You. Yeah. In a way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so like organic as well.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned we'll chat about the Oslo headline in the show later on, but like you even mentioned on stage like your parents are like a huge support of what you do, and also your dad's can sing as well.
My dad can
Your dad can sing. Yeah.
Honestly.
I'm really gutted that he didn't come on stage and
no,
sing.
No, honestly, he would be mortified. Actually, after we got off, he was like, "What did you do that for?" But no, he can. Like, he can really sing. It's funny, like sometimes he just goes for it, like in the kitchen. And he was singing some songs the other day, and I was like trying to sing along with him in the other room, and I was like, I can't even reach those notes. Like, he was going ham. He's sick. He's great.
I love it. Oh wow, it's so magical. Like to have that kind of background as well.
Yeah.
To be like, oh wow, we can actually do this.
Yeah, and what's nice about it though with my dad is that like, and I think because he's never really thought of himself like as a singer or something. He just loves music, and like my mum loves music as well. But my mum was more of a dancer. Like she did ballet and stuff when she was younger. So I don't know. I've kind of like fusioned like both of them together, and now like, now me.
You're like, this is.
Which is obviously the case because I'm their son, but yeah.
Yeah, like a fusion of both. But no, I get what you're saying. Like the fact that you had like two creative perspectives, like in a way, and then to fuse it to create your project it's mad. It's crazy. I love it. It's so organic as well. Like it's not many people. There's a lot of artists that they're either just the creative people, and then no one else is creative around them, or it's the other way around where like everyone in their family is just a musician or a DJ or a dancer or whatever, and then you're like, oh well, it's time for me. Like, it's actually time for me to step.
They kind of like set the path for you.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just bowl down it.
This is it. It's just like, oh, and it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do something.
I've got no other choice.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't give me no brains. So.
No, no, never.
No,
don't
was
say
not
that.
great at maths, so.
It's okay. As long as you can count.
True.
Then that's all you need
Just
to
about.
know.
To 8, that's all I need.
Just to 8. That's literally it. To 8. That's it. Talk to us about the kind of. I know I mentioned it very, very briefly, but I loved how you used the transition of like some of your older music to some of the genres that you're now exploring now, and like, yeah, the creativity process of switching it up, and what was the pinnacle point? Like, actually, I want to create this type of music, and are you willing to explore other types of genres later on?
Yeah, I think like with me, it was more. As I've grown, like as an artist, like over time, like I think, like even as people, like you don't stay the same person that you were like 7 years ago, you know, like, and I would hope that people would grow, like, do you know what I mean? So like, and I feel like my music is like, that's just a representation of me as a person. Like when I first started out 7 years ago, like that was the music then that I was doing was me, you know, like, and I kind of got to a point, especially with this project that's about to come out and like some of the singles that have been released, it like, this felt like for the first time doing this, I was like, this feels like my sound. Whereas before, I think a lot of the time I was going on influence quite a lot, like of being like, oh, I want it to sound like this, or I want it to sound like that's the kind of thing that I was going for. Whereas with this project, it was more like when I sat down and started writing it when I was in LA, like it was more like, what do I want it to be, you know, like, and that's kind of where the shifts happened. And I feel like as I grow as an artist, I'm pretty sure I'll be throwing some more genres in there at some point.
100%. I mean,
why not?
The world's your oyster.
Absolutely.
You can literally do anything you want.
I'll be doing drum and bass next. No,
I'm so here for it. If you do something like that, I'd be so here for it.
Just some low, like talking over some drum and bass beat.
Like some liquid jungle.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. How do you feel like you keep it organic and kind of yourself in check when navigating the creative industry?
Good question.
Yeah, sorry. It's quite intense.
No, it's quite hard. I mean, you're so like you're influenced by so much, and a lot of the time, some people might tell you, like, I think actually, to be honest, you know what? Just get a great team around you that actually just really believe in like you, and I think I've like messed things up in the past and stuff, like and it's always been because I doubted myself where I should have just backed it. And I think it's just something you learn over time, like that you have to you do just have to back it hard and trust yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, you are the eyes, like you're the one making the music. Like, there's no rules really.
No, exactly. Like, you create what you want to create.
Yeah, 100%.
And yes, obviously, I know we hear lots of stories that, you know, artists don't have that flexibility, etc., etc. But I think what's so great about being an artist is you can write about those things and in your own tone and in your own
pen to
way.
paper. Do you know what I mean?
This is it.
It's all a chapter in your book.
I know. It's honestly just so mesmerizing, like how, you know, letters and kind of like writing processes can really progress into something so magical. Yeah,
it's crazy.
And it can really touch other people as well.
Yeah.
I love it. I know you talk about your team a lot in the most highest way possible. But how has it been having such a great team behind you to then express yourself as Charles?
Insane. Like, I say it all the time, but like Charles, like, I wouldn't be what I am without them. Like, my band, and it's took a long time to get here. Do you know what I mean? This is another thing, like, I think sometimes listening in, like, it can feel like this all happened overnight, but it's been a long graft of like going through and trying to actually find the people that I want to surround myself with, that like push me to be better, you know, like, and I feel like finally, like, I'm at the point where I've got like an incredible band that are with me and they believe it just as much as I do. And I don't know, it's just it's amazing to have that feeling, like to have that support system of being like, because obviously I am a solo artist, but I've got my key band that like come and play with me everywhere, and they're like my rocks really. Like, you know, like if I'm feeling a certain type of way, they know exactly how to like address me and be like, okay, sweet, we'll leave you for an hour or something if you want to be in silence.
No, I hear it. No,
because that happens a lot. Like whenever I do a show and stuff, like it's so funny. I'll be all bubbly, rah, 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 and sound check, and as soon as it's done, then I just go quiet, and they all know. They're all like, right, let's leave Charles alone. Like, just like I get so like in my head, I'm like, right, I just need a minute. But nah, they're amazing. So grateful, and like got great management now, and yeah, the team started to like really come together. It's like, yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, I loved what you said in like a previous interview of yours. It's not necessarily picking and choosing who comes in your team, but you want to know them like they're your family, like they're coming into your space.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that they're your people.
Yeah, 100%. And as well, like you're going to be spending a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like that, it has to work. Like for me anyway, I have to have like a personal relationship with them. Like it couldn't be transactional business. No. Like for me, like I know that like as a person, I'd need more than that. Like, yeah, I need more than that. I need you to like be there.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so mesmerized. I love it.
No,
I am. I love it. No, it's so true, and I think it's so real to speak about things like this because you can get kind of lost in the transaction of everything, and you just think, oh yeah, just gonna bring people in.
Yeah.
But sometimes those people are not the right people,
no.
and it's when you find those right people, it's like, oh, it clicks.
Yeah, and it might take you double the time, but it's definitely worth it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been through bits before in the past, and like it felt like it was the right choice at the time, but the reality is that it wasn't. You know, like you know when it's right.
Yeah.
In other words,
no,
you know that feeling when you're like, okay, sweet,
move on.
These are my people, and you know also when you're like, right, jog on, mate. Like,
no, it's true. I'm so in awe of that. I love that. Wow, amazing. I feel like we have so much to talk about, but I feel like we definitely should break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, we're going to hear the rest of Crooksync with their latest one called Let Go. And then we'll play some more of the new project that's coming your way. And we'll go straight into some more conversation. So yeah, enjoy.
Let's be adults about this and let it go. Let's be okay about this. Let's be okay about this and let it go.
Man on Voices Radio by our very special guest, Charles.
Hey.
This is a gorgeous track. Yeah. This is like a composition of, well, you've got a few singles from this project that's going to come out very, very soon.
Yeah.
And I think I said this I think I said this on the Insta, but I was like, you're teasing us with this. You're literally teasing us.
Teasing.
With
I'm a big tease.
But it's true. Like this composition is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's
like,
gonna be fun.
Yeah,
it's good. There's some wild cards in there, and yeah, I'm super proud of it actually.
Yeah, Lucky Star. That was like one of your new ones. I think that you promoted that on the show in Oslo. Yeah, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a nice, fun, dancey little disco number.
I love it. Do you tell us more about this project and unfolding what it's gonna be.
Right, so it's called Gorgeous, Sick and Tired, and really it's just like a couple of tracks explaining like how like life in my mid-20s was like. Really. You know what I mean? Like, and like that's where the title name comes from as well. It felt like, you know, sometimes feeling very gorgeous and then feeling quite sick. Sick of life and just sick in general. And also just kind of being tired of a lot of things as well. Just do this industry and life and stuff like that. So
100%.
Yeah, it's going to have like, it's like I said, it's got like a variety of tracks on there, some wild cards, and yeah, I feel like it's the first time as well I've actually like dived a bit deeper into how I feel as an artist, and it's got a bit, it's got like a lot more deeper meaning to it than on the surface. I think when you listen to it, sometimes you might think like, oh, this is like such a fun, happy song, you know, when reality it's not like what actually I'm singing about. It's quite deep.
Wow. So yeah, very vulnerable, very in your feelings.
Definitely. That's like even with Man, it's a sad song that you can dance to. That was kind of like why I made it.
Yeah. Let's just have a great time, but also
and it also
to the lyrics.
And it touches on as well like that, like as a man and stuff, like sometimes like struggling with how I feel and show emotion and stuff. And I thought like I wanted to write a track about it, and I don't know whether like writing a song, a happy song that you can dance to, is kind of like exactly the issue and reason why that song needs to be out. It's because I think as men sometimes we struggle to process and speak our emotions out loud.
I was just about to ask you that.
I find that really difficult, weirdly. So I can't work out actually if like making it like a sad song, a happy song a sad song that you can dance to is like good, or it was actually just like the issue. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I should have just probably written a sad song, but like the part of me was like, no, it has to be dancing. Do you know what I mean? It's just like,
it's like tongue in cheek.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, Charlie, you probably should have just sat in your sadness and just did a sad song.
Just do really emotional like ballad or something.
Yeah,
and I was like, that would have been.
I should have just done that. Yeah. When actually, just I've not grown, and fucking hell.
No, but I think that's great, because I think you mentioned this, like having the juxtaposition of if you really read into the lyrics and you listen to what you're exactly saying, it's quite deep. But people, it's crazy. People just won't think of it in a way, because it's like, oh, it's positive.
And the way I sing it also doesn't seem that like that. And that's kind of like, who knows, maybe the next EP you'll actually get like more of a raw part of Charles. This one it's got deep meaning about it, but I'm all jazz hands on top.
Which is not a bad thing.
Nah.
It's so good.
Showbiz.
I love it. And I think like talk to us really quickly about the artwork and the illustration behind it, because it's so perfectly done in such a way, like it's literally you in a picnic of just all the different types of I'd love to unpick it, like why this. So
like for people that like obviously listen, so it's like it's been set up like a calf, like your everyday calf. And I've got like different parts of my body coming through the table that's also sat amongst like a full English. And the reason behind it is that because, again, I feel like the Charles that I'd presented as an artist and stuff had always been quite like refined, and everything was kind of quite glam and all of those things. But like there's also like a real side to me, like Charlie as a person, that like I hadn't really been able to like put across yet. And it's like I love going to the calf down the road and like scranning a massive
What's your
full
calf
English
order?
breakfast. What's my what?
What's your calf order?
Mate, full English breakfast. always. And I would have that every day of the week, and I know that's problematic, but I would.
With a cup of tea, coffee?
Cup of tea, builder's tea, white bread.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. No fancy sourdough. Let's go for white, loads of butter. And that's it really, in an orange juice. Yeah. But yes, and there's like a whole other side to me as well that's not that, like that was portrayed I think before, and I really wanted to capture that with this EP artwork, and that's why we have like parts of my body coming through like the breakfast table. For me, it kind of represented everything that I am all in one. Yeah. In a really weird way.
But that's why we love
strange.
it. Yeah, no. That's why we love it so much, and that's why it's so captivating. And it's like, I love that for every single that you've brought out so far from the project, it's a piece of
the main master image.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of done like snapshots into it.
Oh, crazy.
All the singles are kind of like close-ups of part of that main image, and then the big reveal is that at the end, obviously, it's all of, you've seen it all before. Yeah. But you see it on a grander scale.
That's crazy. I love it. I mean, I don't know if you can entice us. I know you enticed us that it's up for pre-orders in June. But can you tell us when it's coming out?
I can.
No way.
This all got finalised literally the other day.
No, you're lying.
I know. It's so weird. And I'm so used to now, like, just saying to people, oh, yeah, you know, it's out in November. And now, like, I have to really remind myself that, no, there is a date. It's it's processed. It's ready. It's coming out then. But yeah, 22nd of November.
Damn.
Yeah. Ooh. So I'm so excited. I've got one more single coming out before then.
Yes.
Called Yada Yada. And
oi.
yeah, that's coming out first, and then the EP will drop in November.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's mental.
How do you feel like a piece of you is now finally going to all your fans, all your listeners? Like, is it a bit scary?
Oh my God, a rat just ran past. I'm not even joking.
No, you're lying.
Outside though, guys. Sorry. I thought it was a dog.
No, it was a rat. The London streets of King's Cross, guys.
Know that. You can jazz up King's Cross all you like, but trust,
the
rats are still there. Sorry, I got well distracted then. I'm terrified of them as well. I just
stop. As long as it's not in the studio, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. The door's shut. We're all good.
I love it.
Remind me, what did you say?
I asked, in terms of, how do you feel in yourself that finally a piece of you is now going out to listeners, fans? Like, is it a bit nerve-wracking? Is it a bit like, oh my God, this is finally it? Like,
yeah, it is a bit nerve-wracking, but at the same time as well, like, I've sat with this for like quite a while, so like I'm actually at the point now where I'm ready for it to be like away from me, in the nicest way possible. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know, like I've had it so close to me for so long, and we've been talking about it for so long, so it's nice, like, that I'm ready for people to just go and enjoy it, like, and it's nice that we've got it pressed to vinyl, and it's like the first time that's ever happened, like, in my career, and it's always been like a dream of mine to have that, and like for that artwork as well to be up there that like I produced and created with another girl called Jasmine who shot it. It just feels insane to be able to like hold it and be like, that's mine. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's been like such a bucket list, and I think for loads of artists, that's a bucket list for a lot of people.
Especially like, vinyl. Yeah. Like, I know, like you can get the streaming, you can get it on Spotify, Apple Music, blah 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 blah. But having a physical
there's something about holding it
of you. Yeah. Like, this is mine.
It's mad. Like, I'm so happy.
Is it going to be like a pride position in your house or your parents' house as well? Be like, this is
definitely in my mum and dad's house. Like, I don't know if I should have it in mine. I feel like people will be like, all right, mate, calm down.
No, just like a little like...
He really loves himself. He's on the walls everywhere.
No, but you know what I mean? Like a little, this is a keepsake of like the greatest.
Yeah, there's like a sick little like record shop on my street. So once I get the first one, like, I'm going to take it there and put it up there. Stunning. And like, it's like a coffee shop as well. So like, I'm just going to put it up there, I think. And then when I go in for a coffee, it'll be nice just to see.
Be like,
that's mine. So mad.
It's so cute. I love it. Oh, that's amazing. Let's quickly, I know we've mentioned it throughout this whole entire interview, but I think it's time to talk about the headline that you did at Oslo.
Yes.
Because that was a really emotional but an amazing kind of achievement to do. Yeah. Because like we mentioned, like, it wasn't through promoters, it was nothing, it was all you creating this night, which to some it's intense, but it paid off.
Yeah,
it's so magical.
It felt there's such a build up, I think, when you do like a headline show and stuff, like, especially because I'd already done one a couple of months ago at Lower Third. Yeah. So for me, like, doing them that close together already was something really new to me. Like, I've never done. I normally do like one headline show a year. And then I'm like, okay, sweet, that's done. So like to have it like off the back of that straight away, it felt like, I was freaking out. But it was just amazing. Like I said to you earlier, like, I kind of got to the event about a week before. Sorry, I kind of said to my team, I was like, right, don't talk to me about ticket sales anymore. I was like, I've had enough of that, because it was also such a gamble us even doing it at that venue, because it was quite a step up from what I'm used to playing, like venue cap wires. And then
it's a big cap.
It's big,
and it's
huge.
It's huge.
Can you imagine as well? Like, I walked in there and I was like, Lord have mercy. I was like, I literally looked at like my backing singer, like Becky, and I was like, go. I was like, I think I might have fucked up. Like, this is too big. Anyway, so we did the sound check and then got backstage, obviously just got in the zone and then came out and it was just packed, which was mad.
Yeah. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
Like, especially to see all your loved ones at the front and just dancing, and they knew every single note.
It's so cute.
Every lyric. Like, it's just like, I'm ready. Like, they were like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this.
They were locked and loaded more than I was, to be honest. They were doing it.
It's like, we're here for you. Like, we know everything.
And it was funny. At one point, like, I mucked up the lyrics on the second verse, right? And one of my mates down the front, and they were like screaming the words at me, and I was like cracking up laughing, thinking, as if you lot know the words more than I do. Literally, she was like, no, it's this, and she's like singing. Oh, it's hilarious. But nah, it was like one of the best nights of my career, I think. Like, it all just felt, it really came together. Just like having lighting and like we did all the set design.
Was that all? I was gonna ask. Like, was that all? I
styled all the band because obviously I love fashion anyway. It's like a huge part of like me. So like styled the band and like it all just really came together.
Fashion and music really go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do weirdly. In
a weird, wonderful way.
Yeah. I feel like what I love about fashion is that like I don't have to speak. And I feel like most of my other creativeness is like speaking and singing, you know, like that's it. Whereas fashion, like I don't have to say anything. No. I can just wear it and like it does the talking, which this is why I love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of respite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I'm sick of talking or hearing my own voice.
No, I love it. And I can't believe you styled everyone up. Yeah. It just looked amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you
And the entrance was just...
very dramatic.
No, but in a great way. In a great way. Like, it was just everything and more.
Yeah, I love to put on a show. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm all about that. So if you give me a big enough stage, I'm going to put on a show.
Talk to us about your angels as well that are on stage with you, because they're just so wonderful.
My amazing angels. So, my two backing singers that are also like my best mates. Carmi and Becky, they're just incredible talents, and the reason why they're called angels is actually because of Charlie's Angels.
Love it.
The film.
Yeah.
And we were in rehearsals once, and then we were talking, and I can't remember why we said it, and someone was like, "Oh, like we're like Charlie's Angels," and I was like, "Sick!" I was like, "It's annoying that it's not Charles's Angels. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, so we're gonna go with Charlie. That's fine.
That's fine.
That's all right. We'll go with that." But yeah, they're my angels, and the most talented vocalists. Like, and this is another thing as well. Like, I love to showcase them. Like, they're just as much as a part of the show as I am. You know what I mean? Like, in the sound check, like, I always will go to the sound engineer and be like, "Look, you need to push them louder. Like, I can't have them just sat nicely in the mix low. Like, it doesn't work. I need it to be elevated."
Yeah.
And so sometimes I have to shout and be like, "Turn them up!"
I get off of this.
I was like, I need more BB, because I want to listen to it and enjoy it as well. Do you know what I mean? They haven't worked that hard to just kind of like not be able to hear the harmonies and like and their tones. So yeah, they're just as much part of the show as I am.
Yeah. 100%, and your relationship on stage is beautiful. Like, it's just so nice. It's like the constant, like, just looking at each other.
I know, yeah. We say a lot of things with our eyes.
Yeah, you really do.
We've got like special eye movements where we're like, okay, that means that. Or like, oh fuck, that went wrong.
But it's okay.
Yeah, it's
because
fine.
You've got each other.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so wonderful. I love that so much. And obviously you did Mighty Hoopla.
Yeah.
How was that?
Insane.
Yeah?
Insane.
It was so great.
That was like my first like proper festival, like really.
Was that your first festival of this year?
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, and
we
originally as well were gonna play like a smaller stage.
Oh, mad.
At Mighty Hoopla, and then one of the owners, I can't remember what they watched. They watched something of mine that had come out, and they said they just randomly like got in touch one day and was like, "Oh, we've seen that you just did that," and they were like, "We just feel like you're wasted on that stage." So they were like, "Do you want to do main stage?" And I was like, "Yeah, duh."
I'm totally there.
Yeah, man. So so they asked me to do it, and then next thing we were there. It was crazy though. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I can just imagine, like...
It's just jokes.
Just so much space.
It's also so fun as well to be like backstage.
Yeah.
Like, that was probably the best bit.
Yeah.
Which
the
is
backstage is always the best bit, I'm sorry.
We were running around like children. Literally just like, all the freebies, like the food. And obviously we all love food in the band as well. So like we were just
Are you all like
about food.
Like foodies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love. So we were just like running around like children, just being like, oh my God, more food, more alcohol, more food. Oh my God, look at that famous person. Right. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant.
Yeah. Do you feel like part of you, like, especially when you're in your backstage, like, space, when you see other people that you probably admire, do you feel a bit like, oh, I'm here?
Yeah, it's weird.
In the same space as you?
It's weird, but it's also, this might come across wrong, but it's weird, but I've also, like, this is what I've wanted my whole life. Do you know what I mean? And it also kind of feels quite like, yeah, actually, I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
100.
I think at first I used to say that, whereas now I feel a bit more like, no, you've worked like your ass off to get here, actually, and like own it.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people though do. There are some people that obviously you see. Like if I saw Beyonce, I probably would just pass out. So.
You'd be like, ah.
Yeah, I definitely don't deserve to be there next to her, but I would pass out.
Don't say that. You might support her.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Oh, that would be fun.
Well, that would be fantastic. She might be coming next year.
I know, I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
But she's doing country in it, so funk might not.
I mean,
might not work.
I feel like support, isn't it?
Yeah, true. It doesn't really have to be in line.
No.
Nah, I'll call her. Let me just text her now.
Yeah, honestly, just do it and be like, hi, I'd be your next support act. Hi.
She'd be like, security.
No. I'm so excited for you. I think some of my last kind of ending questions for you is, what's next for Charles? What's in the horizon? What's coming through? What are you allowed to say? What are you not allowed to say?
It's hard. I've got like I don't know if I'm allowed to say this yet, but I've got a support slot coming up in October with a band that are just incredible. They've got like loads of hype about them at the moment.
Great.
Really great. And they're playing, I think I can say, they're playing at Lafayette, and I've always wanted to play at
just
Lafayette.
down the road?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful
insane venue.
Insane.
Do you know what I mean? And I always as well like have to really check the height of the stages, because there's been times where I've performed and there's been like, what's it called? Like there's been like a pole in my eye line. So I have to always make sure that I've got headspace. So
No,
those
it's true.
those
No,
little
it's true.
underground
It's true.
venues, no, they don't work when you're 6'7" and then you put heels on. But yeah, so I've got that coming up. Obviously, my EP's out on the 22nd of November, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, I'm just about to finish wrapping my next one, which will be out start next year.
Oh,
which
wow.
sounds wild.
That's
to say
amazing.
That.
That's crazy,
I
though.
know.
It's like back to back.
Mad, yeah.
That's
and then who knows? Maybe an album.
Who
knows?
That's gonna be so exciting.
Yeah.
And I guess like performing or doing more festivals in the following year coming as well.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that. And then I've got Brick Lane Jazz Festival. Actually, they're doing like the Christmas party.
Yes, I saw.
So that's going to be in December, which will be super fun with Sounds Queer. And yeah, it'll just be like a really fun night of music.
Yeah. Did you do Brick Lane this year as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that for you as well?
Yeah, it was funny actually. Like we played last, and there was 2 bands that came on before us.
Oh yeah.
And they were like super jazzy. like
funky and
super jazzy.
Oh, really?
And all the crowd in there like were just really serious, like head bopping like to like the jazz. And we all like, all me and the band, we like lined up on the back wall and we're watching it. And I just turned around to Becky and I was like, I don't play jazz. She was like, I know. And I was like, fuck. So we went downstairs, we got ready and we came out and obviously started like the opening of the show. And I just had to address it straight away. I was like, look, guys, I don't do jazz, but I do throw a good fucking show. So I was like, let's just go with that. And then, yeah, it was actually insane.
And then everyone just, yeah.
They all like proper loosened up. Like, it was great.
I was like, we're ready for this, actually.
Yeah, it was
like,
actually really fun.
Great.
Probably one of my favourite gigs, actually.
Yeah.
Because you know when you just don't know anyone?
No, this is it.
And I think they're always good ones to go by.
100%. Like, I've been to Brick Lane, like, in a few years now.
Yeah.
And every time I go, you literally go to a crowd where people are just there just to check out new music and even check out just new artists to grab and be on their hiatus. And then it's those moments where you're like, oh wow, this is so amazing. Like I actually want to follow your journey and I want to see where you go with this.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing because obviously you do like you'll always have your cheerleaders at your shows.
100.
But I feel like it's always good to tell when you do like those ones how it's received. So it was nice. It was a nice show.
That's so great. And I know you did one here as well. Like
I'm around.
You've been doing bits. You've been doing crazy bits as well.
It's been a busy summer.
No, Are you looking forward to kind of winding down now? Well, winding down to a certain extent.
What I'm excited for is to like dive a bit deeper into this next like EP that I've got going on. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. Probably get out to LA at some point to kind of finish some bits and I'm excited for that. I'm excited for like all the shows to be over so that I can just focus on music. Yeah.
And just be like in your head with that because that's what you're good at. That's what artists are meant to be doing. Just being in that area and being in that zone. That's so amazing. Yeah, it's Charles, it's been an absolute pleasure.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Honestly, I could talk to you all day.
Stop it. Honestly, amazing. I feel like if we could just keep chatting, and it'd be a great time. Like, regardless or not, everyone else
is like, can you both shut up?
Probably. No, I'm joking. I guess one of my enders is if you had like advice into someone that's coming up into the industry and how to navigate it, what would be some of your pointers to kind of guide them into a safe space within the industry?
It's funny, like I think I say this like not a lot, but whenever I'm asked this question, I feel like the hardest part of like this whole thing that you're about to do if you get into this isn't going to be creating the music. It's not going to be making the music videos. It's not going to be working out the PR campaign. Like all of those things, they will come naturally. Like the hardest thing is like waking up every day and telling yourself that you can do it.
100.
And that is key to success in this, I believe, is that because you're already talented enough, because otherwise you wouldn't be doing it in the first place. So it's just waking up every day and backing yourself as hard as you can, and it's so much easier said than done, and it's something that I learned the real hard way. But you have to just back it hard. And that's my only advice really, is to just keep pushing and just don't take no for an answer.
This is it. I love it. You've been amazing.
No, you've been amazing.
Thanks so much.
I love you.
I love you too. No, honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I can't wait to see the rest of Charles just unfolding. I can't wait to see the project in our hands. This is going to be so exciting. This is going to be so exciting because, like I said, you've been teasing about it, and I need it now.
Yeah, fair.
I'm here for it.
The teasing's done. You got the exclusive.
I know this.
You got the date, mate. Everyone else has been like, when's the date? No one knows. You know.
I know. I'm here for it. 22nd November.
Yeah.
Remember it, guys. Amazing. We are going to pull up this beautiful track by Alex Lacey and Jack Dine, which is Too Bad I Forgot. I forget, sorry. And then we're just going to wind down in the background and enjoy ourselves. But it's been an absolute pleasure, Charles. So thank you so much. Yay! Isn't he just so fabulous? The wonderful Charles on Voices Radio, The Juice Presents. The track that just played is one of his old ones, Boyfriend. I think it's such a great track. He actually recently, when he played it at Oslo, when he was explaining it, it was just so funny, and it got the crowd so like in its groove. But what a funky, sexy tune. Love it. And speaking about some funky jazz / like sax tones, I want to introduce this next artist called Mixin' Burrito. Yes, you heard it here first. Mixin' Burrito. This is a really cool bag from the States. This is the track Meant to Be. Let me know what you think of this. Let's go. You're so pretty. Without further ado, you've been listening to your girl K-Slides here on The Juice Presents. I'm live every second and fourth Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. doing the breakfast shows here on Voices Radio. So make sure you keep it locked.